welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you know. I'm Mark. Let's go with y'all. Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. If I sound a little tired, I am. I just woke up not too long ago. So, give me a second. Got to start the day off. All right, so let's get into it. You saw the title. I mean, technically, you read the title. You saw the thumbnail. Let's get right into it. What are my opinions on ankle carry? Is it useful? Is it not useful? Why? I will get into these things. So, for starters, do I ankle carry? Hell no. Hell no. I have a couple of reasons why I don't. But the main reason, which is something I'm going to be talking about a lot throughout this video, is the inaccessibility. Now, obviously, when we're talking about carrying something, that means home defense realistically is probably out of the equation. Why? Because if you're at home, one, I carry while I'm at home, so it's not like I'm saying you shouldn't carry while you're at home. I'm saying if you're at home, you have a chance to get to a better weapon than your everyday carry. So, regardless, ankle carry is it's very inaccessible. The holsters are easy to come across. I don't mean anything along those lines. I simply mean when it comes to drawing your firearm and presenting it, it takes a lot longer to do. It's a lot more noticeable when you're doing. And because of where the gun is, there's ways that it can be showing and you don't know. There can be ways that, there can be a ton of situations where no matter what, you will not be able to have access to it. And honestly, just that is the biggest aspect as to why I don't, the biggest reason, or I should say, as to why I don't, ankle carry. If I can't get my gun out in less than 2 seconds, something's wrong. Something's wrong. You see what I mean? And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not super quick at drawing. My average, what's my average time when I'm drawing? Like 1.3, 1.4? Yeah, 1.3, 1.4, around there. I'm not super quick at drawing, but you got to remember, I'm drawing from a concealed carry position, and the timer doesn't stop until I let off the first round. You see what I mean? If it takes you more than 2 seconds to draw from the position you're in, that means it's not as accessible as it should be. That's the truth. And this is coming from somebody who used to backpack carry. I didn't do it all the time, but I definitely did it a good few times. Regardless, so with the inaccessibility, we're talking about, let's say you get into a fight, because not all situations where you have to use your firearm start off immediately with, oh yeah, this guy is going to be a threat to your life. Some people might just swing on you and it might turn into a fight and shit or whatever. Now, let me clarify this. It is your responsibility as a gun owner to try to avoid fights. That's the truth of the matter here. It is your responsibility to de-escalate as many situations as you can, so that way they do not get escalated to where lethal force is necessary. Now, with that being said, if you're in a fight and somebody has you on the ground, how likely do you think you're going to be able to go ahead and get to your ankle, undo a button or whatever you need to do, and pull out your gun and shoot? How likely is that going to be? If you're, I'm sure some people who are living in delusion, the same level of delusion as the people who try arguing with me on Instagram that a guy can be a girl or that a girl can be a guy. I'm sure on some level that's the same planetary level of delusion, I guess you could say. But that's not going to happen. All right. In all reality, we all know that the chances of that happening when you're in the middle of a fight is extremely unlikely. Now, another thing that, people don't want to admit when it comes to ankle carry, but is true, is that you do run a risk of people noticing it. Y'all understand that, right? Like, I'm sure some of y'all are like, oh, well, my pants are a little bit looser so they don't ride up on me. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I get that. But a lot of people don't wear super loose pants nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, I'm not wearing loose pants. Like, I'm not wearing fucking skin tight jeans either, like a damn homo would. But I'm not wearing loose pants. You see what I mean? That's just not how a majority of people dress nowadays. People aren't dressing, super baggy in that manner anymore as they used to in, say, the 2000s. So you do run a chance of there being a good little bit of printing. Now, let's say find clothing around that. You do also have to worry about a chance of it getting snagged on something. Your pant leg getting snagged possibly on the handle of your firearm, it pulling up. There's a lot of things that can happen here, and you wouldn't notice it too much because most people aren't staring at their feet when they're walking around. You know what I mean? So, already just from the simple aspect of concealability and from the aspect of, honestly, accessibility and practicality, it's not looking too great. Now, here's the thing. As I said before, there is baggier clothing you can wear that will make ankle carrying super concealed. It will be deep concealment. That's not a problem. I know that's the truth. So I'm not going to sit here and say, that if you conceal carry, with ankle carry, that everybody's going to know, because it really depends on what type of clothing you're wearing. But what I can say is that from what a majority of people and how they're dressing like nowadays, ankle carry is not really a viable option. It's going to be too obvious that it's there. It's honestly just not going to be worth it. Why would you want to make it known to people, hey, my gun is on my foot? Like, do you know how easy it is at that point for, let's say, two little hoodlums, they see that shit, that one of them just tackles you, the other one holds down your legs and grabs your gun? You see what I mean? It's just not a very viable or really optimal option in this case. Now, one thing I can say, as I said before, is that with the level of deep concealment that you can get from it, with the right level of clothing or with the right type of clothing, the chances of that happening are pretty slim. Now, one thing I will say, and I feel this is kind of obvious, a majority of people who do ankle carry aren't wearing, tighter clothing. That's just how it works. I mean, and I'm sure they're all aware of that. I'm sure they've come to this understanding and they're more than okay with it. But am I okay with it? No. The truth of the matter is that when something happens and you need to draw your gun, you need it then. You don't need it in 5 seconds. You don't need when you get down on one knee, lift your pant leg up, draw it, then present. No, you just lift your shirt, draw, present. Done. And that literally goes for several different carry positions. That's appendix, strong side. Like, come on now. The truth of the matter is that ankle carry, it's kind of like small of the back carry, in my opinion, where it's not that great, but people still think it is for some reason. So I don't get why. So I kind of have to point out why it's not that great. I mean, as I said before, if you are looking for a super deep concealment and you have, baggier pants or whatever, then yeah, ankle carry will do just fine for you. But those are very, very, very rare situations, I might add. Now, those are just all from the aspect of accessibility, concealment. Let's talk about something else that nobody ever wants to admit. All right, this is the truth of the matter here. Carrying a gun is not comfortable, guys. You're talking to someone who carries 2 of them with him every fucking day, along with a spare magazine. Carrying guns is not meant to be comfortable. Grow up. I understand we want to be comfortable. Believe me, guys, I do a physical job. I understand wanting to be comfortable and not wanting my firearm to present a level of uncomfortability to me while I'm working. I get it. But carrying a gun is never going to be comfortable. That's just how it works. You need to get over it. This is coming from somebody who has carried 2 guns with him literally every single day for well over a year at this point. Like, actually, hold on. July. No, not in July yet. So almost a year. Almost a year. Damn, it's been almost a year since constitutional carry was passed in Florida. That's amazing. They're not meant to be comfortable. All right. So, yes, that kind of gives it a tiny bit of credit in this case, but ankle carry in particular, from what I hear, is extremely uncomfortable. some of y'all might be wondering, oh, how can it be that uncomfortable? You know, it's not like it's, you know, tied to your pants where it's weighing down anything on your pants or it's in your pocket or anything like that. You know, the reason why I say that is because it feels like you, I don't know, have a fucking weight to your one leg, I might add. If you guys have anything that has any level of weight to it, we're talking like 20, 25 pounds. I want you to go grab it right now. If it's a weight, good. Curl it with one arm. Do 10 reps. And then you'll notice a difference in how both of your fucking arms feel. One of them will feel like it's just been weighed down and got released to some fucking weights, and the other one will feel normal. That is the difference right there. That's how your fucking ankle feels when you take off the ankle holster, because it's just uncomfortable to carry. That's just the truth of the matter here. Now, what would I give it on a scale of 1 to 10? Not super high. I will say that right now. Make sure the account's still on. All right. So not super high. I will say that right now. It can be useful. It can be, but is it really useful in situations that aren't specifically damn near pre-designed or pre-made for ankle carry? Not really. Now, is that to say that ankle carrying cannot be useful? No, it can be useful. Just carrying a gun is better than not carrying a gun. That's just the truth of the matter here. So if you guys are only going to be okay with carrying, you know, on your ankle for some reason, and you think that, oh yeah, well, this guy's saying not to, so I shouldn't carry a gun at all, then don't listen to me. I really don't care. But the truth of the matter is that it's not going to be your most optimal. Definitely not your most optimal position of carry. And to be real here, with it being on your ankle, you're probably not going to be able to get a decent sized firearm where you're going to get a good capacity. And that takes away already. Damn, Rose, you really had to fuck with my camera like that? Damn, bro. Sorry about that, y'all. My dog is very rude. Go, get up. You're on the carpet. That's the problem. Get the fuck in there. Go. Sorry, y'all. My little tripod here is partially standing on my carpet, and the dog decides, hey, I'm going to go ahead and just the carpet. Sorry about that. That was very rude of her. As I was saying before, though, you're not going to get a good enough size gun to have a good capacity, so that already takes away from you being able to protect yourself properly. Then you add on all the extra time it takes just to draw your weapon. That just seems like you're going to be a ghost to me. That seems like you are going to be a ghost before you can even let off your first shot. Now, with that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, I probably would give it a 5. The reason why I say that is because while, yes, it is uncomfortable, it is not optimal, it is not accessible, it's honestly one of my least favorite, if not my least favorite carry position. Actually, no, I think small at the back is my least favorite. It is my second least favorite carry position. But carrying a gun is better than not carrying a gun. I will always tell you guys that. Now, with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all and because you agree with me, you know, carrying a gun, regardless of what position, I guess, whether it's ankle carry, appendix carry, strong side carry, small to back carry, pocket carry, however you want to do it, all right, carrying a gun is better than not carrying a gun. All right. However, if you're going to carry a gun, you might want to not carry it on your damn ankle. If you agree with me, make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.